Today is the 30-day expiration of my FSD. So I am, whoa, what the heck was that? I swear it seemed like it was about to pull into traffic. Oh, and this, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like this. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it has never done that before. Okay. So as I was saying, FSD expires today, so I'm taking one last trip to enjoy this FSD. As you all know, Tesla charges $99 a month or a one-time payment of $8,000. I will not be doing either one. So this 30 days has been nice. And let's see if it's worth it. I definitely do a monthly, or well, a 1 month if I was gonna take a long road trip. Let the car do some of the work. That was interesting. I was about to pull into a 4-lane highway. 2 lanes going east and 2 lanes going, 2 lanes going north and 2 lanes going south. And for some reason, the car acted like it was about to pull into traffic. That was weird. That was kind of scary. Up until this 30th day, FSD has been flawless. I did use it earlier today, and a car cut us off, and I had to intervene, and that had never happened before. So that was kind of interesting to see what happens when human error is involved. And that car definitely pulled into our lane, and I had to grab the yoke. But for now, I've got a 20-minute ride. As you can see, I am my destination is Longhorn Steakhouse. Okay, so the car just negotiated a lane change on its own, and it did that lane change right before it went into an intersection. I did not feel comfortable with that. I'll admit it was a legal maneuver. I just would not be making lane changes right before entering an intersection, only because it could confuse someone in the intersection and they think I'm making a right turn when I'm not. So that was that. So now the car is negotiating on to 80 West. It's a sweeping clover leaf, as you can see on the map. Taking the ramp, roll down to adjust speed, press left or right to adjust driving profile. That's interesting. So it's, like I said, it's a sweeping clover leaf, and it is going to have to negotiate getting on, and it's doing it just fine. And interestingly, what's coming up on us but a Cybertruck. Tesla brethren. And the car quickly jumps up to 72 degrees to go with the flow of traffic, even though the speed limit is 60. And I've been saying for the last 30 days since I got the car, how do I adjust it not to speed? Because this thing is always 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit. I don't know if it's set up that way in the menu. It probably is, so I need to go in and adjust that. I to not more than 10 miles, I'm sorry, not more than 5 miles over the limit, just so that I don't have to explain to an officer that I wasn't driving, the car was driving, and that's not going to go over very well. So it is doing pretty well, other than the incidents we had pulling into traffic. It's weird because you want to trust the technology to see if it's going to do what it was designed to do, but at the same time, I believe FSD is technically still in beta mode, so if there was to be an accident, obviously you're going to be at fault for not taking control. So it's interesting. I got a Cybertruck about, as I was stating, I got a Cybertruck about a week ago as a loaner, and every time I intervened during FSD, it asked me, did I want to send that data to Tesla, as to why I had to intervene. And I believe that was a 2024 Cybertruck, might have been a 2025. My Plaid is a 2022, so and then again, that truck was probably hardware 4. I believe this is hardware 3. So whenever I intervene, it never gives me the option to send the reason why to Tesla. So the car is negotiated onto the interstate, and now it's negotiating off on its own, signaling that we were exiting. Multiple cars in front of us. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Now this is a right turn onto the road, and if you stay in the right lane, you can turn on red. If you go into the right turn lane, you have to wait until the light turns green. So I like the way it creeps behind traffic. We have the green light. Now this road is 3-lane, I believe, and it turned into the far right lane. That's what's supposed to happen. When I drive, I sweep right into the left or middle lane, depending on what traffic is doing. This car has always hugged the left side of the lane, and that's always made me nervous. We just passed a vehicle that looked like it was about to veer into our lane. I was just about to grab the yoke. Now there's a gentleman that turned in, cut into our lane. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stay in your lane. This is a very aggressive road. It's 3 lanes, but these cars get up to 50, 60 miles an hour. As you could see, the car was attempting to make a left lane change, and the Audi right here zipped around us. There's a white SUV behind the Audi that saw the turn signal was engaged, but still would not allow the car to move over in the lane. And to the car's credit, it attempted, but based, I'm sure, on the camera angles and the distance of the SUV, it chose not to make the lane change. A little closer than I'd like. It's finally gonna make that left. It was determined to make that left lane change, and it finally did it. So now we are in front of the SUV that wouldn't let us get over initially. we're doing 53. This is a 45-mile-an-hour road. We're doing 55. But as I stated, on this road, these cars get up to 60, 65 miles an hour. I like the following distance right now. When we were in the middle lane, I thought the following distance was a little too close for my comfort. Navigation indicates that we are 2.2 miles away from our destination. And this restaurant actually sits in a mall kind of a circle. So it's going to be interesting to see how the car navigates into the mall parking lot. Nice following distance. Now the SUV is trying to get over and getting the same treatment that they gave us. This dashboard is amazing. The information, the fact that it displays the traffic signals as the colors actually are. So you do see red, yellow, and green when the traffic. It also gives you a little chime when the light turns green in case you're not paying attention. And people live on their phones, so it's nice to have that little chime to let you know that the light is turning green. So as you see, when we approach this light, as I was saying, as we approached this intersection, the lights were red and they showed red on the dash, and then when they went green, they showed green. Really gonna miss this technology, but $1,200 a year, $100 a month is just not in my budget right now. And honestly, this is the 30th day of ownership, and I've probably used the self-driving maybe a half a dozen times. So it's not something that I was really leaning into. Plus, I only drive the car on the weekend, so when I do get a chance to drive it, I want to enjoy driving it. The Cybertruck next to us, he's got his arm on the windowsill, so unless he's driving with his left hand, he may be an FSD as well. Now that I have the car, I'm starting to notice Tesla drivers. And I was definitely in traffic earlier this week, and the guy was in a Model Y, and he definitely did not have his hands on the wheel because he had a cigarette in his left hand, and I believe he had his right hand on the back of his head. So it was kind of weird. He was definitely using FSD. So we are a half a mile out. It's going to be interesting to see how the car navigates. As I said, this restaurant is in a mall type of parking lot, so it's going to have to navigate into the mall basically, and then take me to the restaurant. Not sure why we haven't gotten over yet, because we definitely need to make a right-hand turn off of this road. But it's interesting because the way this restaurant is set up, we just passed the restaurant and the car probably thought that the restaurant was on this street. So now that we've gone past the restaurant, we are going to have to negotiate into the mall parking lot. So that's what we're doing. I hate the way this thing turns. I had to intervene. That car just did some goofy shit. Did a goofy move. Okay, so we passed the restaurant because the address is on LaGrange. That's the road we were on, but the restaurant is actually in a like mall loop. So now we are like at the parking lot of the restaurant, and it's going to be interesting to see how the car navigates into the lot. I think I was off camera. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, as you see, we were supposed to turn into that parking lot and the car didn't do it. Okay, so that freaked me out. I'm done with FSD for this trip. And in all honesty, it is not the car. It is the fact that the restaurant has an address on that road and it's confused. So we are going to turn around and go into. So that's a weird quirk, that address being on LaGrange, but you have to actually enter the restaurant from this mall loop, has the car confused. And I think it's more so the navigation than it being the car. But FSD is controlled by your navigation, so these are issues that you will have to deal with. There's a guy on YouTube that I love to watch his FSD reviews, and I'm going to tag him when I upload this just to see. Hopefully he watches the video, but just to see, has his car ever done anything similar to what we just saw, where it was going to negotiate the turn and then just all of a sudden decided not to. So we got a Taycan. I really wanted that. Love the interior, love the design, but Porsche should be ashamed of themselves. The range on that car is ridiculous. It's like listed at 225 or something like that. So you gotta know, in real world you're only getting 175, depending on how you drive. Yeah, I can't imagine the car negotiating this parking lot. This is just too busy in my opinion. When I first did the summon feature, I didn't realize, or I didn't remember, that with summons you need to be observing the car. I'm like in the restaurant doing summons, and then when I come outside, there's all these people freaked out because the car is sitting in front of the restaurant, and Lord knows a car could have pulled out of a parking spot or not been paying attention, or so many things could have happened. So I was very blessed that the summons feature didn't result. The summons feature didn't result in me having a lot accident, which I've seen on YouTube, where people were using the summons feature and someone wasn't paying attention and pulled out of a spot and T-boned the car as it was going. So Saturday night at a restaurant, probably not the best thing going, and I am just going to. So as a final recap, that was my last trip with FSD. It's been a great 30 days. I hope the technology continues to improve, and I will definitely utilize FSD on an as needed basis, and hopefully the price will come down, and we'll see.